Okay, so we're continuing on with our question 12. So I've got the, this is our table of data for question 12. So I've just called up GeoGebra Classic 6. Most of you who've been in my class before have used GeoGebra Classic 6 and got it loaded on your computers. It's available both for Windows and for Mac. I've got the Mac version here. Make sure it's version 6, not version 5. And there's a couple of students in the science program who I didn't teach last year, but hopefully some other students can show you how to use this. So when it loads up like this, it loads by default. We're going to go into the view. So click on the view. Algebra and graphics are clicks, but we actually want spreadsheet. So I'm going to click on spreadsheet. Then I'm going to unclick the graphics and then the algebra. So we've just got a spreadsheet here. So over here, I'm going to put X. I'm going to call it X bar. Then I'm just going to label this one capital T. Then I'm going to label this one brackets X backslash capital T. Okay. Now with spreadsheets we list vertically. So here they've got the T values going horizontally. So I'll come across for our T value. So I go 1, and then I'll go 1.5. Then I'll go 2. Then I'll go 2.5. Then I'll go 3, 3.5. Then I'll go 4. Now I'm going to come up and I'm going to do the X values. So X value is 5.5, 5.5, 10.5, 10.5, 17, 25, 25, 34.5, 45.5, then the last one, 58. Okay, so you can see here that these values match these values here. I know I've got them switched around, but I've got a reason for that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to calculate our X divided by T values. So I'm going to click on that cell. I'm going to press equals, and then instead of typing in 5.5, I'm going to type in A2 because that's in the A2 cell. So capital A2 backslash for divide, and then I'm going to divide by, instead of typing in 1, I'm going to type in B2. 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 Then I'm going to hit enter. So it's obviously 5.5. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to grab that blue square and I'm going to drag it down. Yeah, that's right, drag it down like this, all the way down to there, let go, and voila. Okay, so as we remember before, our goal is to graph the X over T. That's going to be effectively our Y value versus our T. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight these here. So the left-hand side, by convention, is our X, or our independent value, and our right-hand side is our Y values, or our dependent values. Then I'm going to come up here to this. It looks like a histogram, but when I click on that, it gives me some options. So we're going to click on 2 variable regression. I'm going to click on that, and it's giving me this graph here like this. Now what you need to do, so this is a scatter plot. Then down here, so we're actually sort of finished with this here. So what I can do here, I just use that so I could easily see this. So I'm going to reduce this. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger by clicking on here. This gives me a better display. So down here we've got regression model, and it says none. So you can already see it's lined up. It's making quite a nice straight line. So with our regression model, we've got sine, growth, exponential power, linear. We want to fit a line to it. Voila, we've got this nice line. It's even given us our equation here. So we've got an equation of 3x plus 2.5. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take a screenshot of this. And then I'm going to move this over here. I'm also going to take a screenshot for this. Okay, another thing we can do, this says scatter plot. When I click onto here to residual, we get this here. See how there's very low residuals, okay? And again, we could take a screenshot of that, but we don't need to. We're only really interested in our scatter plot. Okay. So what we've got here, going back to this here. Remember from our last video, we decided that our slope was going to be our b value, so that we know that our b value is going to be 3, and our a value here is going to be 2.5. There is something that we can do. If I click on here,